everybody. This is a special shout out to Jason Ledbury. He's always first. He's a serial pest first commenter from New Zealand. I haven't watched enough of his videos. I watched a few of them last night. He's been around for a while and he's always got really good comments, a nice guy, and yeah, this is a shout out to you, mate. And in particular, this will be about in a response to 5 knives that make me happy. And some of you might be a little bit surprised, but not really, because these knives here aren't my most expensive. These are the ones that I use the most, and these are my go-to knives, okay, for different reasons. And I'll try and keep the video short, but just cover why I keep going back to mainly cheap knives, okay. And I'm going to try out with one of my favourites, my Halter's heavy duty knife and my steel. I'm going to try a little bit of pinning or holding the rod, and just giving a little less speed, more torque to the rod itself. So here we go. Okay, so as you can see, it wasn't going up the easiest, but however, we'll get back to that in a second. Okay, I want to have a quick little chat about this fantastic fat wood that I got, okay, that those curls came from. There's no way in the world that I think I'm gonna be able to show you guys that's gonna justify how sweet this fat wood looks. Okay, pretty sure it's gonna be hard to get the sun on the right angle for you to see the color in this stuff. But this portion on here is basically like from really dark, yeah, it's got really dark red elements to it, to the beautiful orange that in the right sunlight you can basically see through it. Anyway, I'll put in another little bit of video just on the fat wood. Okay, my knives. My go-to bushcrafting knives at the moment are the Halter's, and especially for starting fires, is the Halter's heavy duty. It's a nice cheap knife, but this has done a bulk of my bush crafting and fire starting tasks. It's my go-to fire starter, which I started that one. My modified cold steel GI Tanto, that I broke the tip off it. I reshaped the knife itself, took away the sharp Tanto-ness to it, put a bit of a curve on there, took off this finger guard off here, just went over the whole thing, squared up the blade, made it nice and sharp here, but rounded off all the other points to make it more comfortable. Since doing this, I can, with the swedge, I can make feathers and that with that, so that is sharp. But yeah, it's easy to sharpen. It's got a convex grind on it, and I don't mind beating on it because it's a cheap knife that was already broken. I've modified it, and yeah, it's one of my go-tos. The other one is the Preacher. My D-Bad Preacher. There has been a little bit of controversy with the knife, and I am noticing that I think this is actually twisting. This has got a twist in it. It's like the blade the blade twists to the left, but the spine twists to the right, and there's a bend in the top of it, but it performs all the tasks, does what it's meant to do. It is soft as well. I've ran a file over the spine here, and yep, I ran a file over the spine, and the file bites into it, and you can see the marks there. And I've also ran the file over here, and it bites there. And when I bent the tip on it as well, and I ran the file over the tip, I straightened the tip out a little bit, and the file was digging into the tip before I sharpened it up as well. So I'm calling it fairly soft, but it does what it needs to do. However, I am worried that it is twisting the more I use it, so we'll just keep coming back to this thing. But the sheath is good. It is my go-to for the big chopping tasks. So my other two, it's my cold steel Crawford. That's my everyday carry. Pretty much goes everywhere I go, and it's nice and light. It's cheap enough if I lose it. It's it's not the end of the world. I can replace it quite cheaply, but it's reasonably light. It's got a 4-inch blade. Yep, 4-inch blade, and it deploys. It deploys really nice. So I wear that on the inside belt carry. So basically, I don't wear a belt. It's on the insides of my shorts, and although it's got a good texture to the handle, it doesn't scuff up my hips too much. So yeah, like it. Does the job. And then the other one is the cold steel Luzon large 6-inch blade. It's only 8 CR 13 MOV steel, and it's made in China. So yeah, they're things that, you know, won't tick all the boxes for everybody and that. But when you feel how this deploys, this is, in a pinch, if you need it to go, it's ready to go. It has that little lock on there, that little bit of extra sort of moral support and safety. But if you haven't flicked one of these open, you will see how effortlessly that big 6-inch blade just deploys, and it's ready to go at a moment's notice, and gives you a lot of reach, however, in whichever grip that you want to hold it. And yeah, you can hold it all the way out there, whether it's like that. However, that handle gives you even more reach again, plus the 6-inch, so for a big slash, a big poke, whatever, it's going to do the job. So they're my 5 knives that make me happy. The fire's out, and g'day Jason, and to your missus, I believe her name's Ray Lee, maybe. So from across the ditch, mate, g'day. Guys, unfortunately I can't see the screen because of the sun. I'm filming on a phone and I can't see what I'm filming, but I'm really hoping you guys can see the amazing colour that's in this fat wood. If there's bacon, this is definitely some pretty high quality bacon. And when I turn it around to this edge here, I've got no idea at this moment whether it's going to show up. This fat wood's actually like basically red. It's a really, really sexy piece of bacon. Anyway, hopefully that colour's turned out. Like in the sun, It looks amazing. You can see through it. Look at that deep, rich red and orange. That's fantastic.